Make it special. Make it Maloney.
This segment of the Port Jeff Pulse is brought to you by Holistic Body for You, health coaching by Karen Sullivan.
Well, good morning, Carolyn Benson.
Yay!
Good morning, Karen.
Good morning, Kevin and Karen.
We made it happen. You know, and people walk in and go, yeah, we made it happen because, you know, we talk and everybody's schedule doesn't always match.
Yeah.
But I had to have you on because you are such a bright light for this village, I feel. I've seen you play a few times now. You're a musician.
Thank you.
And just as a person. So I'm really happy you're on.
And thank
Me
you
too.
for having me on.
Me
It's
too.
really a pleasure to be here.
So excited.
You guys are really doing something great for
Thank
the
you.
village.
Thank you.
I was driving down here this morning. I said, how amazing is it to come right down into Port Jeff and there's a talk show going on.
It's a talk show talking about
know.
local things,
I know.
caring about local things, and really having great people on. The 2 or 3 people we've had already, it's been very enlightening.
It is.
And our location
Yeah.
at
Look at that.
Danford's. Let's give the kudos that we need
know.
to, because
Yep.
Danford's is
Danford's. We love
forward-thinking.
Danford's.
Forward-thinking, I have to say, in having us and hosting
Yeah.
us.
Danford's
we appreciate it.
is amazing because it was one of the reasons I restarted singing. I'd stopped for so long, but on Wednesday nights they have piano player down there,
Yes.
and I would come about 4 or 5 years ago, start coming down and just do a number here or there, and there's a great crowd that's in there on
Yeah.
a Wednesday night, and
Yeah.
you wouldn't believe it. It's sort of like an underground, piano bar.
See, Carolyn exemplifies what musicians always have in them, which is that lure to get back
Yes.
into it. And sometimes, and I know you're going to know where I'm going with this, sometimes, if you're bringing up kids or you're into a career and the music is taking a back burner, you still want to be attached in some way. And you may not be able to go out with a full-time project, but you love those opportunities where you
Yeah.
can sit in. You know what I'm talking about. So it keeps you lucid. It keeps you in the game, so to speak.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I wanted to have you, as you know, originally on the show before you did something that you actually highlighted and if you will, you broke out on a new act, right?
Right.
Tell us about that. And you just had a concert.
Right. So I have a Linda Ronstadt tribute band. It's called Blue Bayou. I started it, the band 2 years ago. It was out of the need. I had stopped singing yada yada all through my life. So I got married in 1996. Yet left singing there and yada yada. Got married, 2 children, moved to Setauket, raising my family, and then a couple of years ago, I wanted to get back involved. It was after my second son was born, or my second son, my second child. My daughter will love that. And I'm really. So I knew I wanted to get back out into singing. It was particularly hard after my second son. I battled a little bit with postpartum, which a lot of women can
Yeah.
understand. And with a supportive husband, he was like, "Why don't you go back out and sing?" So I actually started singing with Deborah and Michael Livering at the Performing Arts Studio.
Oh, Deborah
So they were
and
my
Michael.
they were my saving grace on Wednesday
Okay.
nights. I just started doing that,
Yeah.
once a week, and it was great. It just gave me that break, and started getting my chops again.
Okay.
And then I wanted to go into. They had a Thursday night singing group that was like really great harmonies, and there was the main people. And I kept saying to Deborah, I said, "Please let me go in. Please let me go into third." And she said, "No." I go, "What do you mean no?" She goes, "It's time for you to go." And I go, "Go where?"
Go.
She kicked me out.
Yeah. Yep.
just to go. And
Yeah.
from that, I started auditioning again for a couple of productions right in the area. I played Ethel Merman at the Stony Brook Cultural Center and Mae West, and auditioned again for CM Performing Arts, who I did a couple of shows with back in '92, and I got the roles. And I got my feet wet again, but it still wasn't bringing in the money that my husband so wanted me to do with music and
partnership.
acting.
Yeah.
And I was even doing going in the city and doing background work. And
Right.
God, if anything would ever happen with that would be great too. But I got a job. I actually went on an audition for John Angerman Theater about 4 years ago, and I got a lead. It was in A Wonderful Life. And I would have had my union card and everything. And I went in for the first day of first day of rehearsals, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the paper, and it's got all the hours. It's 2 weeks straight in the city, 50 shows through Christmas, And now my husband was smart. He said, "Go for it. We'll make it work." But as a parent, now I'm looking at this and I'm going,
You're like, oh no God.
"There's no
Guilt.
way." There is
The guilt set in.
Yep.
Yeah.
And some performer was smart. She said next to me, she goes, "Oh, I could never do that if I had kids."
Yeah.
So I think she was trying to
Yeah.
get rid of me. But
Yeah. She
it
was like, yeah, I'm gonna plant that seed.
it was either her planting a seed or just it was
Yeah.
just I needed to
Yeah.
have that behind somebody else, that
Yeah, yeah.
voice
Yeah.
I was listening to. So I went at break and I walked around the David Letterman Theater, called my mother, cried a little bit, and I went back in and I said, I'm really sorry, I can't do this right now. I need to, be home. And I I went home and started singing at some restaurants. Bliss Restaurant in Setauket gave me my first job on a Sunday night, and I got some backing tracks and a sound system, and I was going to make it work somehow. But out of that need for really performing, I decided to do a Linda Ronstadt tribute band because it was combining, I thought, the acting side and the singing side. And so I went out and I had met a few people that were musicians. I'd be like, "Do you want to join a Linda Ronstadt tribute band?" And I met some of the most amazing people that were kind enough to come on board. And I've never run a band, no idea, never managed it. But I think that's a learning process,
Right.
and I have to go through that,
Right. Right.
Being a mother's one thing, but running a business is totally different. So I have had to learn a lot in the past couple of years of doing this band.
And you also look up to her. You really actually cherish her as an artist, right?
I do, because when I would be out singing in restaurants, some of the songs, I'd look at people's reactions. I like to, that's how, I don't ever have a set list. I go by who's in the audience. And I figure I watch if
Really?
we got toe tapping or, because being a cheat and using backing tracks, it gives me that ability. It's like a book I have.
Right.
And
Right.
I look at the people's lives in front of me and I go, okay,
That'll work
they're
well.
really into
Right.
they're really into like a
Right.
slow love song, or
Right.
they're really into more of the upbeat
Right.
music.
Right.
So I just decided that I lost my train of thought there.
That's
Well,
okay.
so you put together this act, this Linda
Yeah.
Ronstadt
Sorry.
act, and you debuted it last
Right.
week. How did that go? What,
It went-
give me the good and bad, because I know it wasn't 110% good, right? Or maybe it was. No, see,
It was 2 weeks before I was down on my hands and knees going, how the hell did I get myself into this?
Like,
Because
what did I do now?
I produced it, and God bless my husband, because he went
He
along
lost you
with-
for 2-3
he-
weeks, yeah.
He's lost me for a couple of years, because he'll see me sitting in the living room and he'll go,
You're working on
"Are
your
you-
project.
Are you thinking about that Linda Ronstadt thing again?" I go, yeah,
Yeah.
but I just want to go back. My point was, when I was out singing, anytime I would sing Linda Ronstadt music, you can hear everybody be like,
was
"You're no
like-
good." You'd be like,
Oh, you
"Look at my
remember
husband,"
that?
or "Look at the boy
Yeah.
I'm with," or
Yep.
"Blue Bayou." Everybody would
Yeah.
stop and listen. I'm like, it is the most
There is
amazing
something,
song, and
yeah.
I liked her because all the genres she sings, I sing too.
Okay.
And I have a hard time going, I'm just going to focus on one genre. I like Broadway. I like I was trained classically, but I like Broadway. I also like some rock songs.
Right.
So I liked her because she had that whole range of
spectrum.
songs. And so I just got to meet her too in November.
Oh, you did?
So
Yeah.
where was this concert that you did?
I did it at CM Performing Arts in Oakdale, is the Noel S. Ruiz Theater, and they are the ones I started performing with in 1992. I had my first big role with them.
Yeah, and that one just happened, right? It was February 18th.
So it was last week, literally.
Yeah.
So it was, I had to put the set list together, the costumes, and it was really the first theater I did on Long Island.
Right.
Because that's where I feel that this show belongs. I see there's some really, really great bands out here on Long Island, fierce competition. I just know where I feel most comfortable, and I'm most
Right.
comfortable on a stage and that type of performing
Yeah.
with that
Right.
Linda
Well,
Ronstadt
right.
show.
Yeah,
Right.
ultimately the theater, because I have a good friend who fronts the Led Zeppelin band, oh my God, Tom Dosher,
Yes.
who set out to just do theaters because it makes sense also economically. Instead of playing in a bar for $200, he can fill up a theater
Right.
for a lot more money, and it's a better experience. So, by the way, the name of his band, Hammer of the Gods. So
That's
he
right.
set out to do that from the beginning, and I think that's a wise decision because you're setting the tone for what expectations are for what you want to put across
Right.
from your show.
Right, and it's again, and even getting into the theaters on Long Island, it's not an easy process. It's really it's going and knocking on doors and having a lot of doors shut on me.
Yeah, perseverance.
And I think I left, acting and singing when I was 20 because I didn't have the soul to. And it's funny, I thought I left it, and who thought at this ripe old age of, 48 now, 50, that I'd be having a tribute band.
You're like, I'm back at it again.
My husband's looking to retire to Florida, and I said, wait a minute, we got to wait. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't know if anything's going to happen.
Yeah, see it through.
You might find me down in Florida with my red lipstick and white shoes on, singing in the villages soon.
Well, that's okay, because then you will feel like 20 again.
Yeah.
That's right.
That there's an upshot to that.
Right.
So you've debuted this, right?
Yeah.
And so what was your feeling at the end of it? I mean,
I felt like I left it all on the stage.
Excellent. Okay.
And that's it. And I just I said to my husband, right before, I said, I don't know if anything is going to come of this, and or where I'm going to go with it, but I know I'm going to go every show, every performance, I give it my all because I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I love
Yeah.
to connect with that one person or the whole audience that really feels something from that song, because somebody's music is really, it's very healing.
Yeah.
And people are looking to be healed, and they're whatever's going on in their life.
Yeah, sure,
and
sure.
I always found music always was a saving grace to
yeah,
me.
put it all back together in
Yeah.
some cases.
Absolutely.
So the thing is, you have this package now.
Yeah.
I mean, you did it. Maybe you don't even realize. You have a package, so now
Yeah.
you can go out. So now you're putting this to best use. Now comes this Saturday, only 2 weeks from when you just played, right?
Right.
And we have this event called Women That Rock for Rocket Ship Park.
That's
Now
right.
we're going right back to a local thing.
Right.
With this redoing, this renovation, this wonderful multi-$100,000 renovation that a lot of money has been raised for, if not all of it. But you're continuing, right, with
Right.
this show. So tell us about that
So
event.
I'm partnering up with the Village. I'm working with Jill Russell, and the mayor's on board. And Women That Rock is just an overall. Men rock too. But March is National Women's History Month, and I only.
That's okay. I'm not ever going to take.
You rock, Kevin. And but Women That Rock came about in my mind, like a good year and a half ago, because of this journey I'm on. I have watched so many women in my life that have amazing careers while they're raising children, or even while they're raising their puppies or whatever.
Right.
But I've watched people say, "Okay, I have this idea, and I'm going to make a go of it." And I have a girlfriend, Michelle Mancuso. She has Samantha Drew, I've watched her grow. As a person. I've watched you. I've watched my Nicole D'Angio. She just opened up a place in Stony Brook, a hair salon, out of nothing, and just a desire. She knew she could, so she did, and that's really. It's so inspiring.
Right.
And here I am. I don't have a talent like I'm not a nurse. I'm not a doctor. I'm a mother, which is an amazing career. And
A mother who likes to sing.
a mother who likes to sing. So it's not, as the kids are getting older, they're getting ready to go back.
Yeah.
They're going to leave. I can't stop it.
I know.
They're going to fly. Really, Shannon's going next year, and, James is not far behind.
Right.
And I know it's time that I have to think about,
Yeah.
what am I going to do?
Right. Your own
What's my
identity.
part two?
Right.
Right, Karen?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why I really am focused on trying to see what I can do and start. To me, it's a business now.
Mm-hmm.
And
It should be,
see,
yeah.
So Women That Rock came. I'm sorry. I'm a chatterer. So Women That Rock came.
No, we want to make sure that whatever this is in terms of an event is frequented so that people
Right.
are donating.
That we get this information out there
What
for
we
you
want to do.
guys.
for you.
Right, and we're looking for sponsorships.
Okay.
But it's going to be Saturday night, March 4th, from 7 to 10 at the Village Center. My band is playing. Melissa Goodman, she's another area resident. She's a singer. She's going to come in and do some tunes. My keyboardist, Linda Kuzmano, she's going to be singing some songs. But we're doing everything now. Linda Ronstadt, Melissa Etheridge,
Pat
Pat Benatar.
Right.
We're going to hit some of the
Carol
women.
King.
Carol King, yes.
One of the greatest writers
Yeah.
of all time.
Oh, my
so this will be on the
favorites.
first, second, or third floor?
It's on the 3rd floor.
Yep.
And
In the room overlooking the water.
correct.
So sail
I think
off
it's
room.
sail off.
And
Sail off
is there a
room.
suggested donation or?
It's a $30 ticket.
Yep.
So you can either call the Village Center, and right now, which I don't have the phone number.
That's okay.
It's on. Oh wait,
We'll
I
put it
do.
on the screen.
It's at 631-802-2160.
Okay.
So it's the Women That Rock. And you can call and make a reservation or pay at the door. Come,
Right.
come Saturday
Okay.
night.
So there will be tickets available
There
at the
will
door.
be tickets at the door.
All right.
And it includes light fare.
Yep.
So some of the local merchants
Yes.
are donating food. I say cheese.
Yes,
Okay.
I
Is
was
it-
just going to
saw
say.
him.
you wanna-
Is there a
yeah.
cash bar?
There is a bar.
Yep.
With a donation, suggested donation for
Okay.
wine or beer. But it's a donation.
Awesome.
All right. So then the proceeds?
Proceeds go to
towards
Rocket
this.
Ship, go towards the rebuilding of Rocket Ship Park,
Right.
which they have totally tear down.
I know. I just drove past there yesterday.
Which Lisa Perry gives us updates every time
Yes.
she does a real estate.
Yep.
That's
So we're
right.
on top of
they're,
that.
They're
so this
getting ready.
full circle here.
So one thing they're going to be doing, because I'm doing this for Jill Russell today, because she could be with us, they are selling ceramic squares that will be installed in Rocket Ship Park. They're 6x6.
Yep.
You can decorate them. And then they're going to be, I guess, laminated in a way, but they're
Okay.
going to be installed all around through the park. It's
Okay.
$150. It's
For
like
a
a tile.
tile.
A tile.
A tile.
And then there's also, for $250, you can get a tile there'll be footbridges throughout the park.
Okay.
And they'll be at the end
And those are
of
the
bridge.
planks.
The planks.
The planks for
They were
$250. Right.
So if you're interested in that, you can go to www.rebuildrocketship.com or call Jill Russell at 631-418-6699. And maybe we can, I see you have their website up
Yeah,
right there.
yeah.
And you can get in touch with Jill that way. But that night, on Saturday, they'll also be selling these squares. So
Excellent.
you
Oh,
can
good.
you
So
can
the whole
definitely-
evening is a wonderful evening of entertainment, like as you said, light fare,
Right.
cash bar, and music, live music, all
Love
for this
it.
great
Right.
cause
Right.
that is coming along just wonderfully.
Right.
Women That Rock for Rocket Ship Park.
That's right, and it's I'm just so excited to maybe it's like a beginning of
Segue.
something that every year we can all get together and do something back for the community,
Yeah.
which is we all
Right.
we all try and give back to the community, and
Right.
that's really
Right.
it's important, and it's also important for the kids to see us doing. Giving something back. So-
Absolutely. Carolyn could be seen, or I actually walked in on New Year's Eve, right? You were playing at
Yes, a
Yes.
Crazy Fish.
Crazy
Crazy
Fish.
Fish Bar in Yale.
Stacy is amazing. She has
Another woman that
She
rocks.
is another woman that
She
rocks.
does.
She has helped me out tremendously with promoting my events and just being
advice
there. And I
being,
just
Yeah.
I just met her a couple of months ago, and she really is a good soul.
She is a
and,
good soul.
That's another establishment people should go and check out their
Yes.
restaurant. It's
Absolutely.
really a lot of fun.
Yes.
I enjoyed singing there very much. It's got a good vibe.
Yep.
So Stacy is really go in and tell her Carolyn sent you.
I saw her. I saw her this morning, and she said to say hello.
Oh, good.
Good stuff.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
All right. So are you going?
Yes.
You're going.
I'm going.
If
Are you going?
If I'm not at 89 North, I'll be there. I'm always on standby for there.
Tell Dan
First.
I said you need to be with me.
I will. It's not Dan. It's the band.
Oh, it's your band?
No.
Oh.
If I have to
Okay,
do some
got it.
media there, but
Got
I
it.
will know very shortly.
Okay. And I know that.
And sometimes it's later, so I would be there to
Yeah.
both places.
Okay.
Yeah, you can make it.
Yeah.
You're young. You
Yeah,
can do both.
I'd split myself,
Me, I'd be
as
tired.
I usually do.
Me, I'd be done. I can't do two
Thank you,
places.
Carolyn. Thank you for putting
Oh,
everything on the line
congratulations.
for us, and good luck with this new project.
Thank you
Excited
so
for you.
much. I hope that we get together again and
Yeah.
you'll have more
Yeah,
more exciting
absolutely.
news.
Anytime. You're welcome.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
All right. Take care.